Something I've never thought about is whether or not churches tithe. So, this is a question that came across my mind just today because on Sunday at church, Jim Bergen at Flatirons Community Church gave a sermon, and at the end of it, he handed a check over to an organization called AIM for $500,000. If you don't know what AIM is, they're an organization that rescues women and children out of sex trafficking in the Philippines and in Cambodia. They may operate other places, but for now, that's what I'm aware of. But this all comes out of that check came out of this idea that Flatirons is doing this big gifting fundraising, gifting, tithing, out of collection of $100 million. And there are so many things that Flatirons is planning on doing with this money. But something I never realized is that they're taking the first 10% of all their giving. I don't know if they've always done this or if they're just starting to. I assume they've always done it after hearing what Jim says next. But they take that first 10% and they're giving it away. That doesn't stay in Flatirons accounts. It doesn't fill their coffers. They take that 10% and they say, here you go, Lord. Do with it what you will. And I found that to be really interesting because I never thought of the fact that, yeah, churches need a tithe too. It's just not just people. And the only reason I even know about this is I was just listening to a podcast where Jim was describing this. He said that check for $500,000, that was the first lamb. We don't know if we're going to get 9 more lambs. We don't know if we're going to get $100 million or not, but we do know that we're going to write this check for $500,000 because that's God's money. That is not ours. I think that's just a really powerful message. Jim, if you see this, I would highly recommend you get on stage and share this story. Man, it's so powerful. You always say leaders go first. This is the perfect example of that, especially when you're talking about trying to get people to give more money for God's cause. So kudos to Flatirons for walking the walk, not just talking the talk. And that's all I have for you guys. If you want to go check out their podcast, you can find it on Spotify. If you want to watch last week's church sermon, you can find it on YouTube or wherever. So flatironschurch.com. All right, we'll see ya.